Hello, we're here in the Alpine Fall Field, which is an ecosystem defined by high altitudes and pretty extreme conditions. A lot of the times there's very high levels of radiation, a lot of wind, and rapid fluctuations in temperatures, which means that these plants have to be very resistant to all sorts of changes in their environments.
So climate adaptation is how plants will evolve traits that help them survive in specific conditions. The alpine fell fields are characterized by harsh conditions such as strong winds and low temperatures, and the plant that we saw, the dwarf sagebrush, had adaptations that would allow it to survive in these conditions. For example, it had small leaves, thin stems, and grew in sparse patches, and these would help adapt to things such as by reducing wind exposure and heat loss. And Australasia had similar conditions, but likely not as intense, and the plant that we saw, Veronica pumilioides, was similar to the dwarf sagebrush, but it was a bit larger, it had the same thin stems and small leaves, but we saw that it also had the adaptations for conditions such as low temperatures and high winds. And both environments select for low growth to survive cold and wind, but Australasia had more plants because it had less conditions.
One of the most noticeable adaptations is its small, low growing form. Staying close to the ground helps it protect it from strong winds and reduces water loss in its dry environment. Its leaves are tiny and have a grayish, almost silvery color. This helps reflect sunlight and keeps the plant from overheating, which is important in desert climates. The small size of the leaves also minimizes water loss through transpiration. These adaptations allow the dwarf sagebrush to survive in harsh, dry, and sometimes cold environments where many other plants wouldn't be able to live.
Our assigned ecosystems are the Alpine Fellfield in California and Australasia and New Zealand. The Alpine Fellfield is a high-elevation mountain ecosystem like the Sierra Nevada with cold temperatures, strong winds, intense sunlight, and dry rocky soil. Vegetation there is sparse and mostly made up of low-growing shrubs and hardy alpine wildflowers. In contrast, the Australasia ecosystem has cool temperatures, high rainfall, and moist soil, supporting dense vegetation like shrubs, trees, and ferns. I gathered this information from primary literature by Corner on alpine ecology, the Biology of Plants textbook by Raven and colleagues, and a National Park Service resource on rainforest plant adaptations.